I guess I did it again. I did not go live. Y'all done missed about 13 minutes. We recapped. Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
I paid
We
live.
recapped. Yeah, y'all live. I'm live on my Instagram. Y'all good. Facebook, what's going on, man? This is me again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N. Expression Sessions Barbershop Edition with the crew. Frank was talking about how he was being raised. We talk about manhood. What do you think a real man is? Do you think you're a real man? And how do you take the steps to becoming a real man? And us young men right here, we sitting down, we politicking, and we talking about real life. No judgment, just talking about how we can grow, prosper, and move forward together. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I had my mom raise me. She did a damn good job, yo, know what I mean? But I picked up being a man just by watching other men. Good men, positive men.
Yeah, I'm talking to the mic. Because
I'm just
you got a great message, bro. You just gotta stick it to the mic.
Because what you saying is really gonna help somebody.
Yeah, it is.
I'm learning this microphone thing too.
I know. I became a good father and a husband and a good role model. For those out here, I love being a man. Real talk.
What do y'all think what do you think it took for you to make that change? Like for me, I think I'm a good man, but I feel like I got a long way to go. Like doing this and seeing how this came together just by talking about it with King, talking about it with Trey, mentioning it to you before. Like, it manifested, and now that it manifested and it came together like this, it was busy. The enemy was busy on me today. My mind was busy. Like, man, Tom man said he need a table. Where am I gonna get a table from? Do we need to sit out in the open area? Do Trey need to know we need to sit out in the open and not the office? Like, my mind was all over the place. But everything lined up and in order. So it manifested together, right? So what I'm saying was, now that I'm looking at it like, man, it seemed like it came so easy. Why did I let my fear stop me? At what point did I get together and say, I'm about to do this? And I think for me, it was the more I started to talk to y'all, the more I started to talk to other men who are believers, who are dreamers, who are looking to go somewhere, the more I start the right path, the right crew of people, the right group, you know what I'm saying? And that helped me to become a better man. Like, so what do you think is something that influenced that for you?
I know for me, growing up the way I grew up, and when I started cutting all these youngsters' hair, and I started getting older and seeing all these people looking up to me, I think that's one of the reasons why I changed a lot of the bad habits that I got, because I didn't want to get led down that same path that people that I looked up to was trying to direct me towards. So seeing a lot of youth, it's like a lot of my nephews, little friends, little homies, seeing me, every day, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing.
I'm tough.
The way I was headed, I was, headed a different route, but then I started kind of reevaluating, like, you know what, let me recenter myself and be around people that's gonna do something positive for me, because growing up, it's always a left or a right way to go. Some people choose left, some people choose right, some people choose going straight. So it's all about being around that good energy, that good positive
choice.
Choice.
We all have a choice. And go ahead. Somebody else can say something.
I was just thinking, like, it came to me when I started realizing the people I had, like the father figures that I thought were in my life started showing me a different side of them that I couldn't take. Started showing me something that I couldn't be proud of, and I didn't want to show my damn self.
Yeah.
So I started making the change. I didn't want my son growing up like that. I didn't want him seeing the same things that I saw and being around the same energy. So it all depends on what you want out of life and how you look at it.
Yeah. It definitely depends on what you want out of life. It definitely depends on that. For me, it's a day-to-day process every day. But
I don't see you on Facebook. Babe, I'm on Facebook now. I forgot to go live. One person is watching. And now I'm beautiful. I need to just join, babe. I'm on Facebook Live. For those who don't know, I'm telling my life. I'm on Facebook.
Real, son.
Are we filming a movie?
AKA Wesley Snipes, Mr. T. No.
I'm these guys is dude playing a dude.
No, my bad. My apologies, man. I'm trying to keep up and respond to people like y'all on fire over there. But what's
the
question? The question was the question was what happened in your life? What changed in your life to make you start taking that step to you to become what you feel like is a man? And as I was saying, I feel like I'm there, but I know for me, if I don't structure my life, it'll take me longer to get to the next level. Case in point, we could have did this 6 months ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't right.
It wasn't right at the time. But also I had a fear of, can we really do this?
It's right
And
on
now
time
we here doing it right now. So now when you see something like this, I'm like, oh, okay. If I get God my plan, he gonna order my steps. If I structure it, it's biblical. So you gotta at least give him a plan for him to order the steps. Now that he's showing us we can.
Here, I should schedule my life. I started to, but I fell off on my schedule. I'm sorry, Dad.
No, you go ahead.
I fell
Go
off
ahead.
my schedule. I fell off on my schedule. But a schedule, like you said, yo, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I should be going to bed sometime early and not 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I have things to do. I do it and not all in order.
I mean, yeah, honestly,
When it gets done,
everybody is different.
yeah.
You know, we're in a time where you don't have to do the basic 9 to 5 and get up at
Yes.
Right.
7 o'clock. Or at the end of the day, whatever you do in your life will suit you the best. If you get up at 12 o'clock and you're able to do what you got to do within your day, then you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to put pressure on yourself of getting up at 8 o'clock and like, damn, if I didn't get up at 8 o'clock, then I can't really get my day started. No,
That's true.
you can get your day started whenever you choose to get your day started and whatever you have planned. I mean, because let's be real, you have 24 hours to do whatever you want to do. Half of that time, people don't even really take advantage of that time. Half of that time nowadays is spent on your phone.
Exactly.
It's
But
going on.
and not to what's the name, not to get right, and not to stray too far. And as a man or as a woman, but as a man,
Oh yeah,
if you feel like your schedule is off, if you feel like your schedule is out of whack, then your schedule is out of whack. But you're absolutely right. You cannot go back because I remember I was trying to wake up at 3:30 in the morning because Eric Thomas was waking up at 3.
you gotta do
My
you.
body don't work like that. 4:30 is good for me.
Yeah.
Go to bed. So as a man, when you feel like your schedule is off and you need to restructure that, you have to put some type of structure in your life if you want to get successful. It's just like
Yeah, whatever structure is, you have to define that. I mean,
Absolutely.
somebody else can define that for you. I mean, you can go look at, like the Tony Robbins, the ETs and whatnot. Back in the day, you still know you. They don't know you. You know what makes you tick. You know what you can get. You know you like to rock.
Right.
You know at the end of the day, when it all comes to the shit, what you gonna do to rebuild this? I'm gonna start rucking. That's what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you get. That's how you get your life in order right there.
That's it.
You know, so
And as a man, I think we all need that, even if it wasn't shown to us. But most of us, I don't know about y'all. Like, I was raised in a single family home, but my mother wasn't there. My father was a physical presence in the house, but for me, he wasn't a man. Like, we didn't sit down and talk the way I talk to my son. Like, he wasn't real with me. It was just like he had to work, go pay bills, and I ain't like
So
that.
that makes him a man right there.
And yeah, and in that sense to him, but to me that didn't. As a young man, that ain't going to work. He taught me how to go to work and pay bills. I did that, but he didn't teach me how to be sensitive towards my wife. He didn't teach me how to tell my son I love you because he couldn't tell me that because his father didn't tell him that. So if I do what my father did, then I don't break the curse, and then now I set my son up for the same platform. So for me as a man, if I feel like my structure is out of whack and I want my son to be a better man, I must be a better man. I can't talk about it.
I mean,
You gotta see me doing it.
It's basically just take responsibility.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause
big
like, I honestly told me one day, when I had basically looked at one of my parents differently, and he was like, look at it in the aspect of they got you to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? They got you to a certain level. Are you out here, G? You out here, bro? Oh, okay.
Nephew, peace out, nephew. Peace out, cuzzo.
You go ahead. Go ahead. No, you keep going. I'm just gonna walk into the door.
Don't give him the thing. I'm still going.
Oh, well, if y'all want to jiggle, then right.
Take the floor.
Yeah, man, we was talking about how we, got into that transformation of a man.
Oh no, that's not what's coming.
It was start of my children. It was the start of my children, but Then after that, I was homeless for a minute.
So how'd you bounce back from that?
What made you want to bounce back from that?
Exactly.
Like, what was your decision factor?
I got family and friends right now that are out there homeless.
I have things to look forward to. I had children. I have children.
Yeah.
I have children, and I love life. And homeless was just a pinch of my life, man.
So would you call that you being lazy, or would you
No,
call
it
that
wasn't
you
me being lazy. I was laid off from work.
Okay.
I was laid off from work.
Okay.
And due to that, I couldn't handle my bills. I was by myself.
Got you.
Couldn't handle my bills correct. But I love my children. And before that even happened, I talked to my homie D, and he was like, Austin is badass, son.
Yeah.
Come out
So
here.
you had to make that change. You seen that it was a better situation for you over here.
You know I was being laid off with the city. Season to season. You know what I mean? And he was like, come out here. I come out here for a visit, but I loved it out here. And
So what would you say to somebody, a young man, a middle-aged man? I'm 42, right? We all, 20, 29 and 45, I mean 42, 43. Like, what would you say? What would any of y'all say to someone, for example, I have 5 kids, 3 different women. You tell somebody that story, you was a high school dropout, they have a tendency to look at you one way. But if I tell them the narrative of I was a 15-year Army veteran, I have 5 children, I was with my wife for 24 years. If I just tell you that, I'm the same dude.
Yeah, they don't look at you like
same dude. So it's like, as a man, at what point do you become comfortable with yourself to all your story is your story? You tell your story. For me, I didn't like the way my father raised me, so I understood that in order for me to change it.
At what point? You asked us this question?
Yeah, as a man, at what point do you get comfortable enough with your story to be able to move forward in life? Whatever your story is, from your childhood upbringing, get real with yourself about your story.
And that's
I had to get real
with yourself.
I had to get real with myself. Like, yo, my heart
this is the first time I had said I was homeless before on national TV. Hey, mama. Hey, y'all.
Love you, mom. Yeah, that's really happening right now.
No, real talk. Real talk.
Really happening right now.
I love it though. That's what it's all about. Real men, real talk.
I had to grow up strong, not give a hell or F about what anybody thought, because I know where I was taking my life, where I am taking my life. So,
and that's what we're talking about. And see, to me,
it makes you strong.
And that to me right there,
because I see progress in my life. So the story is easier to tell because I see progress in my life.
absolutely. And to me, that's what it means to be a man. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna have obstacles, you're gonna have setbacks, and you need to know that you're gonna have all that. But it's like, I gotta keep getting up. If I feel like we talk at Toastmasters, if I feel like I'm not improving as a speaker and I don't go out and practice my speaking, then I deserve not to get better. If you don't go out and train, you deserve not to get better. You don't cut hair, you deserve not to get better. As a man, if you don't continue to push yourself, to educate yourself, to learn, if it's learn your emotions so you can be more sensitive and caring for your wife and kids, learn your health so you can live longer and leave a legacy for your kids. Learn your mathematics so you can get your finances right. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quick question to interrupt. So what do you do if you got mental roadblocks? How do you deal with that?
What do you mean by mental roadblocks?
That's what I'm saying. You have.
You said
good one right there. I know exactly where you're going with it.
I got you. I got you.
You have mental roadblocks.
I got you. I got you.
With yourself or with society or whatever.
For mental roadblocks, honestly, what I choose to do, what I started doing, and it takes it back to the basics. Draw a vision board. Do a vision board. I mean, because at the end of the day, this is how it is. This is how life works. This is how our mind works. I mean, we all know our minds have little crevices in there. When you start repeating something over a period of time, your body gets accustomed to what you're doing. So it's like a sheet of snow. A sheet of snow. You go to work every day. You learn that path every day. You learn it every day. Then you already carved it. You know what I'm saying? You went to school 4 years, so you carved it. But it's not as deep as probably going to work. Probably 10 years, 4 years, 3 years. So to erase those mental roadblocks, vision boards. Put something else positive in there that you are not used to seeing or that you want to see to get that vision out of your mind.
How did you get past the mental roadblock of being done with the military? How did you get past that? What did you change?
Changing the vision.
2 days after I got in.
You got 2 days. Hold on,
we going down. We going down. Everybody going down. Oh my God. No, but how did you overcome those mental roadblocks? Because whether we like the military or not, when you left, you felt a detachment. You know what I'm saying? You was back off into the civilian world. You had to learn a new thing. It was like, how do I get past this?
Same thing King said. I had to reprogram my mind and focus on other things, like reading, working out.
That's the only one I got. Ain't no more in there, I don't think.
Yeah, reading, working out, and just doing other things to keep my mind afloat, So, yeah, it was a transition from getting out of the military because, it's the security blankets. And, I didn't want to get out, but, due to circumstances, I was like,
you're forced out.
I got God to get in control,
Absolutely. Any man, that's a good point. At any man, to me, any man should get tired of being controlled. Like any man should be tired of being controlled. See, here's my thing. And I've said this to most of y'all before. Financially, I'm all jacked up. I don't have my finances in order yet as a man. And I know that it's my responsibility to get them in order, but I'm not so stressed out about my finances as I am my life and my intellect of who I am.
You're free.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely free. And so the more I free myself doing this, expression sessions, as I like to say, pop, purpose over profit. As much as you chase your purpose as a man, then a profit will come. But we afraid to be men and fall down and scrape our knees up. We afraid to be broke. We afraid to be homeless. We afraid to trust God, Buddha, Allah, the universe, whatever your higher power is, so you can get the best version of you. Other than that, it's like you said the other day when you was talking to Jeff, you're just a worker. Me and Frank was talking about schedules. Another man got you on the schedule. You won't set a schedule for your own life, but this man set a schedule for what time you go to work and what time you go home. Well, come on, man. We talking expression sessions. We talking about real men learning how to be real men in a time of life where they say men ain't real no more. Well, I'm here to tell you, we real, and you can be a man just being yourself, learning who you are. That's all it is. Share this video.
It just depends on your vision as well. Your vision is everything. Like I said, it's simple. It's so simple, man. You change your vision, change the picture that you see every
That's
day.
biblical, you know that. Write the vision and make it plain. That's a box of 2 and 2 in the Bible.
I mean, biblical, not biblical.
Write the vision
I mean,
and make it plain.
not even biblical.
Right.
It's just here. That's what it should be. That's what it always is. Change the picture that you see every day.
Absolutely.
Make it a different picture. Create a different vision.
That's it.
It's always been there. So it didn't have to be biblical. It didn't have to be written down because it was always there.
Yo, I'm
Now,
a city
people need to
boy,
see it.
right?
Say what?
I have a country boy vision.
Country boy vision.
Yeah, I grew up in the city all my life. All my life, about
Were you from the
5-6 years ago.
Were you from the
Born and raised in New York. Grew up in Detroit. Okay. Born and raised in New York. Grew up in Detroit.
Okay.
I'm out here with chickens. I used to climb my homie Q. Because he had chickens in his backyard. And I got a whole gang of them in my yard with rabbits. I'm trying to eat my rabbits. Trying to get them.
You gotta eat the rabbits?
I'm gonna put them on the grill, son. I'm gonna put them on the grill. Yo, I have my garden. See, I use my rabbits for my garden. Fertilizer. I use my rabbits for my garden fertilizer. I'm about to get some ducks too, because I heard they fat ass in the garden. But I have my chickens.
No shit.
And we get eggs from the chickens. And
See, you could be teaching, like, people that's from the city, they ain't never experienced nothing like that. You could be teaching the youth how to do
that's what
that.
I'm working on right now.
So
That's what
that
I'm
right
working
there,
on right
especially
now.
That's right. Yeah,
That's what I'm working on right
You
now.
become the company.
It's badass. It's badass.
Look, that's why we all sit here, man. You become the company you keep.
Exactly.
Every person sitting here has a vision. I said it earlier. Frank has the farm, Trey has the barber, and he's not talking about just being a barber and having shops. He's talking about being a teacher and a trainer and people how to do the business, how to grow, plant seeds.
And I'm just too diverse.
Right, he does fitness, he's doing logistics and transport, modeling, acting.
Everything.
So,
Everything.
and I speak Our life coach got to talk. So we can walk. He's fitness and Trey.
Oh yeah.
So everybody here, every man here is on a different journey in a different stage in their life. But we all clearly understand this one thing. If I want something out of my life, it's up to me to get it. If you don't get anything else out of this video, if your father walked out and your mother walked out and your wife left, no matter what the circumstances were, it's when we realize that what I get out of my life comes directly out of me. That's when life begins to change.
Simple as that.
That's when life begins to change. For every man.
And then at the end of the day, when you really look at it, it's you that's been putting shit off.
Absolutely.
It ain't even nobody
because
put nothing off but you.
Wow.
Right, you. Like,
right.
So it's so simple to change around. But then people like kind of procrastinate. Not even kind of procrastinate. Like, okay, I'm gonna start next week. Or I'm gonna start. No, you can start right now. You can flip that switch right now. Because you chose to do everything else. So why can't you do it right now? Like for me, when I started building and growing, I used to be like, okay, I'll ease it off. You know what I mean? Like I'll ease off of something when I know it's not really that good for me. But it's like, if it's not really that good for me, why ease off of it? Just get off of it. Exactly. If you got your foot in the fire, you're gonna be like, it's hot. But you're gonna take that shit off right now. You're gonna feel it right now.
You're gonna burn shit.
So why won't you live your life like that? Yeah. It's that simple.
Because we always worried about what somebody else may think.
Exactly.
Now here's the thing.
Exactly.
I mean, like this conversation that we having, to be unplugged from the matrix, to have the veil removed from your eyes, to not be following society, that takes a real man. See, you got a lot of us, even I was one, or a lot of people that may be, oh, I'm a man based off of what society say. You tell, I'm 18 now, so I'm a man. But some cats was taking care of home and taking care of families before they was 18. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And became a man. You got some cats that's 48 years old that's still not a man. Some of us could possibly look at our pops as still not being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what I was saying when you were telling me, when I was telling my people, you was like, don't look at them like they didn't, accomplish something.
Right.
Yeah, they gave you a head start where you at right now.
Absolutely.
Because some people downplay that, like you said, well, with being a man or whatever it may be, like you downplay your father as not being the best man that you see fit or you thought. But he could have very well felt like he accomplished a lot.
Absolutely. He gave you everything he had.
So, and you look at it like, okay, you could have done more. But as a man or as any individual thing, they got you to that point to start doing something at that point. So your excuses of, I didn't get a head start, well, you got to start.
There you go.
You have to start. Make a start from the get-go.
There you go.
If you're not starting, you always make that excuse of, come on, man.
So that's why I said you got to show up to glow up.
And
everything you want to do in life, if you don't show up, if you don't get up and you don't go after it every day. When I was going back to school in Michigan, I was taking algebra. I didn't know it. I went to the tutor. I'm 40 years old, sitting at the tutor like, yo, bro, we can take this back to 1 times 1 so I can feel comfortable to start at the beginning to get a good foundation. As a man, I had to be real with myself and say where I was at in order to build. Because if you're building on the shaky platform, how can you expect to go any further? Then you stop taking responsibility. You start giving yourself those little white lies of an excuse. It's like, when I get up in the morning, we talked yesterday, I'm like, man, I'm going rucking. I'm like, I ain't rucked this morning, but I'm rucking. You was like, hey, just get it done.
Get it done.
And as long as you get it done, you'll start to be able to structure it. Again, vision. Start getting it done. See you can do it as a man, and then you start setting vision.
And it's also about having patience with yourself. People expect, you know what I mean? Like, when I say you can flip the switch, for sure. Yeah, you can definitely flip the switch. But you still gotta have patience with yourself as well. Like, don't beat yourself up. That's what you do at the end of the day.
I ain't gonna lie, I beat myself up every day.
Bro, physical abuse. But it's not even physical. It's mental.
It do work sometimes.
It's all mental.
It works.
All right, I want to read y'all this. I'm gonna read y'all this statement from Rico, wise guy I know. He said, I learned to live by 4 principles. 1, to be intentional about everything in your life. Be intentional. 2, involved. Be involved in your life. 3, committed. Be committed to any and everything you decide to do. 4, devoted. Be devoted to life. These 4 principles allow one to stop surviving unconsciously and start living consciously.
Facts.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
straight facts right there. I mean, but that's
my
a
big
plan.
brother right there.
That's a plan. That's having a plan right there.
That's having a plan.
That's another thing. People don't have plans.
Earlier we were talking about plans and structure, and we were talking about how do you get there? How do you break those mental roadblocks? And just follows. Me and having a conversation about how to develop ourselves to become a better man. But you're talking about mental roadblocks, and we've been talking about structure, and we've been talking about taking responsibility. When I was back in Michigan, and I came on this quest to start speaking or whatever, I discovered my gift, what I was meant to do, what I was supposed to do. I set a whole new schedule and plan in place. Like it was like clockwork. 10 p.m., 2200, I was in the bed. At 04, I was up. You know, from 04 to 05, I was praying, I was working out, then I was getting dressed, and I was going on my day. For 9 months straight, I did the same schedule 24 hours in a day. So when people talk to me now, they see me now, they think, how you get so positive? How you get so... I took all the bullshit that I had been through. I had took all of my father not being a man, or when people said made me a man, how many girls you knock off, how many yards you run on a football field, how fresh you are, what kind of car you drive, young blood. That's what make you a man.
Changing your vision about what a man
You know what I'm
really
saying?
is.
So
Changing your vision.
when I had a vision board, and to this day, the same vision board that I started with has went with me everywhere I went.
And it's also, when you have a vision board, bro, on everything, people having vision boards, they don't even keep it where they can look at it. Like, if you have a vision board and you're not looking at your vision, then what you did was pointless. That's still no vision. Where's your vision board at?
Mine?
Yeah.
Hanging up on my wall under the light by the closet door.
So you see it every day.
Every day.
Perfect.
What?
Perfect.
And when I go in my bathroom, I got 3 more vision cards.
Perfect.
Every day.
So that's what you do. That's a plan right there. But you also gotta have action though too. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you got a vision board, Trey?
Man, I got one, but I need to update it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got 3 whiteboards in the house, and you know, y'all two know what I was working towards.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of recently.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that if
what
you
I was
want
dealing
to.
with. Okay, but this is the problem I've been having since I've been living in Austin, and then also even before then. You know, when you're around people that got everything going on, it's positive energy, positive vibes.
Yeah.
You get people that try to suck energy and life from you.
Facts.
And that's what happened to me this year. I took a lot of losses. So what do y'all both say? What do y'all all say about trying to stay positive and stay away from people that's trying to derail you from your goals and objectives?
I mean, a lot of times
Because
people.
it's been a lot of that going on with me, you know. And it took losses. We took some recent losses, you know.
I mean, I'll go first, so everybody else can go. One of the things that I, think, and we talked about that a lot. When you watch the people you keep around you, I mean, that energy you keep around you, that shit wears off on you. I mean, energy is never lost; it's only transferred.
Yeah.
And then also, if you feel, because at the end of the day, people don't really acknowledge the power they really have, because you can sense these things. If you really want to sense them, you can sense when you have bad energy or this person being shady. So it's like, when you sense something that you don't necessarily feel right, I mean, you don't practice, you pray. You know what I'm saying? Me, I burn the sage, or I start thinking more positive, or I put positive notes around. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do to prepare, or to even avoid that situation. You know what I'm saying? The good energy, talk to good people. You know what I mean? Look, and it's like, check your plan. You know what I mean? Double check your plan, because it might look good from first glance, but it really ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might know somebody for a cool minute. But what's the details? How do they operate with something else? How many times do they operate with somebody else?
You know what
I wound up doing though, and I think I've said this to each and every one of y'all, and I know I've said it to you 100,000 times, bro. I just boiled it down to the point, as simple as this. Everything that happens in my life is my fault. It's my responsibility. Everything. Period, point blank. It's my responsibility. It may not be my fault that it happened, but it's my responsibility how I deal with it. Therefore, it makes it my fault. I'm driving the vehicle. All right, what happened to you suck. And I'll let him go into that. To take that L the way you had to take that L, but to still be here to get somebody to game about it, to learn something about it, you really didn't take an L. No. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been 100. It could have been 200. Yeah. It could have been a lot worse. So what you did was you got a lesson. And now you sitting on this podcast to where you're going to eventually talk about what happened to you. That's going to bless hundreds of thousands of young men
who's out there about to make the same mistake.
Exactly.
So everything that we go through, everything that we encounter as men, it gives us that choice. It gives us that free will to decide which way you're gonna do, what you're gonna do with it.
And then honestly, it's just a flip of a switch and think
That's
differently. Because in anybody's situation, you know what I mean, like yours we were talking about, you can look at that like, yo, I'm glad this shit happened to me early because I'm about to be a millionaire. I'm about to be a billion. I'm about to be a trillionaire. I'm glad it didn't happen on this $2.4 trillion deal. You know what I'm saying? Then I would have really been fucked. It happened when I'm making, you know what I mean? It's still bread. You know what I'm saying? Not the downplay. It's still bread. But to flip it and be like, oh, let me not hold this bad energy of this baggage of this weight. Because it happened 2 months fast and you still thinking about it this month. Like, so you still living in the past, but still living in the future at the same exact time.
And here's the thing, as a man, again, as a man, you have to take ownership of your time and your energy. Literally, how I got here, and I have affirmations. Like I can pull it out on my phone. I can go look at my board. Like I can visualize it and see it right now. I know what it says. It says fear, face everything and rise. You know what I'm saying? Like I can read it. It said, and I have things on there like always be honest with yourself and everyone else, no matter how hard or painful the honesty may be. Like you've been criticizing yourself for years. Now start approving of yourself and see how far we can go. You know what I'm saying? Like I change my psyche, what I say to myself, and as men, we have to change the energy we feed ourselves on the individual basis and on the team basis. You have to watch what you put in your body, what you eat, like what you drink, what you smoking. Like if you just take, when I took 4 months out of no meat just to learn my body and took responsibility for my health, like that was the greatest I ever felt in my life. I didn't think I could do anything like that, but when you push yourself as a man and you make the decision in your mind that I'm gonna get this done no matter what. The brain has no option but to stretch. Look what you've been through already. Like look what we've been through already. We're sitting here right now. We have friends that grew up in our neighborhood that's not here today. Like look what you've been through already, just on choices you made.
You know, for us being military vets, you know, I've been through Afghanistan 2 times, so I've been in hell and back, so I can go through anything, you know. So.
That's it, and that's for everybody out there. You've already been through something in your life. You've already been through something. You've been through the first day of high school. Everybody sitting in this room know the story they heard about the first day of high school. Somebody was probably scared about the first day of high school. Even though you was a star athlete or the cool boy in the neighborhood, everybody had a little bit of nervousness about the first day of high school, what somebody said. But look, you made it through it.
At every school.
You made it through it. So you made it through that first day on the job. You made it through that first day of homelessness. You made it through that first day of being robbed by somebody. You've already made it through.
You get robbed. Who robbing us?
Who robbing us?
Who is robbing us now?
You know what I'm saying? I tell you who robbing you. The system just robbed us all because they made you believe that you couldn't do it. That you was only good enough to be a worker, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a basketball player. That you wasn't good enough to JBY and just be you. You wasn't good enough to discover your own gifts and talents. You wasn't good enough to discover true gravity fitness. You wasn't good enough to discover smooth styles. You wasn't good enough to discover, Sharon's Emporium or wildlife, whatever you decide to call it. Yep. DJ Knox, they fooled us and they tricked us.
After this tonight, y'all.
They made us believe that you could do it.
Shut the
You
oysters,
a real man. Let's do
Yeah, I
this.
want some oysters, bro. God, I want some oysters.
Get it, Wolf in there.
My voice is bad too.
Like, are they out right now? The oysters
Hey, y'all, Big
Right
Wolf,
now.
Big Wolf on there. Big Wolf saying
Wolf
he
back.
still
What up?
pushing it. Big Wolf on there. So yeah, man, that's what we just talking about, man. Really, is being man. And you're saying, getting through these barriers, man. You and King and Frank. In all honesty, man, this all of y'all at some point in time or another said I've said something inspirational to you. You see me as little big homie or some wisdom or some knowledge. And I said, man, I don't always see myself like that. One thing this year, all three of y'all like, nah, bro.
Like that
No, that's who you are. That's your thing. And I'm like, wow. So other men, when you on the quest, when you meet that type of man you lined up with, I think the universe, God, it'll put them in place. It'll line up with you. And it's a good energy behind it.
Facts. And I definitely feel like I said, it goes back to, having good people around you. You know what I mean? Because I told E, before I came out here, I asked for a solid dude. Like, I want a bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a lot of solid people out here.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
to give it a buck, like there's a lot of people out here,
It
but
is
it's
a lot.
not
It is,
quality.
it is.
You don't got a lot of quality people. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Even
like
if they hitting in sheep's wool, or how you say, wolves
sheep
and
and wolf
sheep
clothing. Yeah, exactly.
wolves and sheep
Yeah.
clothing. It
And
is.
then I understand what he's saying. I think it's a lot of good people out here, but for maybe for my immediate circle, it's not enough. It's not a lot. Like it's a lot of good people out here, but you have to be careful who you cast your pearls among. You have to be careful who you give all your energy to. And you can be different. You like me. We more extroverted and we give a person a shirt off our back and it's just all love. So everybody is, you know what I'm saying? They got the potential. But if you've been burning, you more reserved, and it's like I need to see something first. I can't just be giving you all that. You have to earn. You know what I'm saying?
I've been burned too though.
But yeah,
it comes out of change.
Everybody handles it different though.
yeah,
Everybody handles it different, and they change when they're ready. Like I know that because I'm around them. I see them do different things. So for me being an extrovert, you can drop me off anywhere, and I'm gonna be good.
I can live anywhere. I can go anywhere. I'll just wander around.
And he can do that, but he might be like, I'm gonna stay back and chill in the cut.
yeah.
I'll let everybody else be out in the open. So you can't really just bring everybody in. Like we all know a partner, like, oh man, I can bring my homeboy. Then you like, nah, he ain't gonna fit in this circle. So I'm just saying. So
My homie though.
Yeah, everything not for everybody. When you're doing that as a man, you're not gonna be for everybody. I guess I might have to shut down because everybody's disappearing.
What's up, y'all?
I think
yeah, I love being a man though. I raised my son good. I raised my son good to what I think. I gave him good information to make it. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. I give a lot of people good information. I just love life, man. And I love to take care of my bills so I can do what I want to do. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. When we close it out, yeah, DJ Knox, we definitely.
Oh yeah, DJ Knox.
You gotta promote our own self. PSP, promote self, push yourself. So everybody
on TV like this, son.
What's to be nervous about it? Just have a conversation. Be you. JB, just be you.
It's like millions of people watching.
So what? It's only two on there. Your mother and my mother. Everybody in there. Count down. Count down right now.
He wants to get right now.
He ain't even ready yet. He can't even, his own mother can't even watch it yet. He already count down over there, Frankie.
Homie over there.
You doing good. You good over there. You man.
You already killed it.
Hey man, I really appreciate y'all spending this time with us. And we're gonna do more of this. Please share your comments, your thoughts, man. Good or bad, because it's the only way you grow, man. Obstacles are not meant to stop you in life. Obstacles are meant to give you a different way of thinking about solving a problem. And once the mind has been expanded, there's no going back. You got a PSP, man. You got to promote yourself. You got to sell yourself to yourself. And you got to push yourself to be great, man. You got to just be you. You got to believe in you. You got to know that you can do it. Anything that you put your mind to, you were created in the image of a masterpiece. So therefore, you are a masterpiece, man. We sit here because we all men looking to grow. And we know that we're stronger together than we are apart. So if you find you a team of individuals that want to soar, that want to fly, then you start building something. And if you haven't found that team, then you can come be part of this team, the team that we build, and the Men on Strong platform. Talk about your brand, man. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them about your brand. What we gonna be seeing in the future from you with Frank's Emporium real quick.
City Slickers Farm. I'm a City Slicker with a country farm, son. Yo, you can find me at Sharon Franklin, Facebook, Sharon Franklin Messenger. I'm not on Instagram and all that other stuff, but definitely
You're gonna be the first farmer with 1 million views. Million
followers.
followers.
I love it though. I love my animals. I grew up loving animals. Always loved dogs growing up. Couldn't have one till I moved to a house, so I'm just an animal lover, man. I love
That's life,
what
man.
they can do. Hey, look, chickens. No, we ain't doing no cuts today. No cuts today.
Oh, we got
no cuts today.
I was like, what's going on? I'm like, we close.
Yeah, man.
Shit, I don't even know, man. We ain't doing no hurry up right now. $100. Yeah.
$100. I can take you. There's gonna be
$100 cut. Well, yeah, man. Again, we're just talking about man throughout the whole time Trey was gone, and that's that's what's up. That's support. Look, that's real man support right there. He took off as a man to take care of his son business, and he continued to watch it, to tune in. Real men have to support one another, man. No need for us to try to tear one another down. We should be helping build one another up. That's the only way we get there.
And that's how all communities really start. And you have to be social. You know what I'm saying? You have to.
Well, what about my social media? That ain't social enough.
No, you gotta get out there.
No, it ain't social enough. You gotta get something out there. You know what I'm saying?
I just said though. That's what about my social media.
Hand in hand.
Hand in hand promote. That's some more details right there. Oh, you need to get an Instagram though, right?
Yeah, you need to do that.
You gotta get one.
For real. Okay. I'm starting to get that. I'm trying. I got a Facebook. I don't even be on my Facebook. I'm telling people follow me on Facebook. I don't even be on there.
You know, it depends on what you
I got in trouble on Facebook and all that sort
It
of
depends on what you want to do.
That's the truth coming out. That's the truth coming out.
So I can't really
Hey, look. I'm just strengthening myself to be back on some serious stuff. Real talk.
All right. I got you.
Real talk.
Real man stuff.
You gotta own up to it. But it's like
I gotta let it go a little bit. I ain't trying to let y'all go because I'm doing the wrong thing with y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why you?
Once I learn how to use y'all correctly, I jump back on.
So are you good now?
It is good. No, I'm no one since we here today, and I have to promote myself, me and my farm.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to get back. I'm gonna have to get back active on the
You
positive.
gotta go and get out here on the positive.
Yeah, on the positive.
Right. What you doing now?
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. You doing something that's real admirable, like with food. And we all know how food is going nowadays, man.
I'm
with
a
the
fat boy.
with the
And yo,
GMOs.
we
You
can
doing
still
something?
eat without the grocery stores.
Absolutely. So what you doing right there with that farm, you should be promoting. You don't have to look at it as I'm on social media and I don't do that anymore. You have to look at that, you know what I'm saying? And here's the look, man, don't even worry about it.
Eggs, I do have vegetables, and I do have meat.
Look, you don't even have to worry about what you did on social media last time. Don't even worry about that. Think about what you're doing now. Look up the eggs. Remember we talked about this before. Look up the greens and the collard greens and all that other stuff that you want to do.
I'm doing all that.
Well, then that's where you got to stay at then. How bad do you want it?
Give me about a few months. Everybody can come to me for fresh eggs.
All right,
Fresh
cool.
eggs, fresh vegetables.
Trey, you got something?
Yeah, just if you're in the Austin area, Houston area, Dallas area, San Antonio, Killeen, I'm over here on 1779 Wells Branch Parkway. Give any haircuts.
What's going on, Sean? Scott, how you doing?
What's the name of the shop?
Shout out to Cutting Edge, 1779 Wells Branch Parkway. Also, go follow my team up in Dallas with Smooth Style 360. We got a product company up there in Dallas, and if you're gonna be in the Dallas area this weekend, we're doing a barber battle with Exotics and a couple of Andy's Clippers gonna be up there. So we got a whole bunch of big sponsorships up in Dallas. The barber battle's gonna be live.
Dope, man. Dope. Well, y'all can follow me at my Instagram at TRU_gravity. You know what I mean? Just follow my journey, pushing people forward, giving wisdom, learning. I mean, honestly, just follow the journey of growing up and becoming a true being of your best self. And that's what I'm doing, is becoming a better person every day.
Got anything you want to say?
Good right there.
How we living out there? Instagram, Facebook.
I see the hearts over there.
AKA
How we living?
You can find me on Facebook at Ethan J. Smith. You can find me at MrP.com. You can find me also on LinkedIn at Ethan J. Smith. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. And if you don't find me, I will make sure one of my videos finds you, because as a man, it's my mission in life to spread this energy, this positivity, and let you know no matter what you've been through, as long as you continue to just be you, man, you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let nobody stop you. I'm sitting here, I'm telling you that. I was a person that dropped out of high school, 5 kids by 3 different women. I went back to school, got the diploma, got a degree, did the military for 15 years, became a good husband and a father like Frank was talking about, building relationships with real men who I can share my story with and not feel like a punk or a sucker because I'm looking to go somewhere. I ain't looking to stay there and talk about what's fresh. So if you're looking to move somewhere forward in your life with some real conversation, then I'm the person for you. If you don't want real rap bras, they say, nah. But if you don't want open, honest opinion where we can go back and forth, then I'm not the person for you. But I love everybody, man. The life is good.
Life is great,
Life is
man.
great.
Life is great. It's amazing.
Life is great.
Life is what you make it, man. Facts. I was listening to Jay-Z song earlier, and it was playing the song "Every Day a Star Is Born." It's the first song on the Blueprint 3, and I said I was gonna play it. It's the first song on the Blueprint 3. I mean, no, it's like in the middle. Every Day a Star Is Born. So he's naming all these rappers like Yeezy, all these the Wu-Tang guys, and he talks about himself, and he was saying, "I am one of one, and I'm Lulu's son, and can't you see my rain will stop it?" And he just kept saying, "Every day a star is born, clap for him, clap for him." And I'm saying to myself, really, I'm saying to myself at this time, I'm like, yo, that is the dopest thing ever. Like, every day, really, a star is born. So clap for him. And you one of one, bro. So when you came here, when you came from God, the universe, Buddha, Allah, wherever you believe you came from, when you came here one of one. You came here with a purpose, with a gift. As a man, it's only you seeking internally can figure out what that gift is. Your mother can't give it to you. My inspiration can't give it to you. Me robbing you, making you feel threatened for your life can't give it to you. Self-discovery starts with self-discovery within. But as a man, if you do that, if you put those steps forward in your life and you just be you and you live for you, that's when you truly become the best version of yourself, man. Y'all please share this video on Instagram at True Gravity, on Instagram at Trader Barber, on Instagram at True Gravity again, on Instagram at Mr. P, on Facebook at Ethan J. Smith. Coach Trey, the Steelers, how y'all do? Y'all win? Oh, man, Coach Trey, the Steelers did good. Oh, man, that's all right, though. But that's good. That's an ass. Coach Trey, DJ Knox, you got something you want to say to people?
We was 10-0.
Hold on, man. Let y'all listen to DJ. We gotta listen to the DJ.
Yo, what's going on, Mr. P?
DJ.
Let me get talking to
Yeah, we gotta
Facebook
listen
page.
to the
You know what I'm saying?
DJ.
Yo, I'm DJ Knox. I'm here with these boys, putting up. Let me show you up in here. There we go. I mean, we got some fresh eggs coming soon. I'm gonna hit him up on about that. If I had hair, I'd be asking for a cut. But I ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we doing our voice talking thing here. You know, and check it out, man. You need to go and support us because we're doing something not just for us, but for our community.
Oh, tell me
And that's a
the
big
show
thing.
Thursday.
Oh, and that's right. This coming up Thursday, you can come and
Thursday.
see
Thursday.
me and Mr. P. I'm gonna be DJing, and Mr. P's going to start the show off, giving us a positive post. He's gonna what was it? Carousel. That's right. The Carousel Lounge is where we're gonna be at. And if you want to find me, I'll be downtown every Friday and Saturday on Coyote Ugly on 6th Street here in Austin. On Mondays, we'll be right here. All right. So like us, show us support, share the video. That's all you gotta do.
Show this video.
Share.
Hey man, I think you might. Oh, you turned it back off. Y'all the DJ booth. Y'all was like jumping out of the. Y'all was like jumping out of the Humvee. And I told somebody every time I would be riding a Humvee, I never knew when I jumped out, put my weapon on fire, started shooting, and got back in the truck and had no safe. But it was always ready together. So you had the bike ready. Hey man, get your life ready. Go after what you say you want in life. It's your boy Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P. This has been Expression Sessions Barbershop Edition with my co-host Trey and our other host King, Frank, and Big Trey.
Better.
Tune in, man.
Peace.
We'll let y'all know the next day coming soon. We out. Peace.
Hey, I keep hitting in like I got a touch screen, but I don't. But I don't have a touch screen.